Yo guys, up and yeah, I just realized there is two more units I haven't talked about from the IBO series, and one of them is it's actually one of my favorite characters from IBOs, and he's the oh my god, and that's Gusion. Okay, you saw that, you saw him here there. Okay, so yeah, Gusion Rebake Full City. The thing about this is the funny part is like it actually has a lower attack than the Gusion Rebake, but if you happen to get this on, he's gonna have a very good time with the attack. But the thing is, when you see this 7,000, that doesn't look that good. But actually, when you get into SB100, he has a 9.3, which is a very, very respectable attack power compared to the standard supporters. Okay, 9.4 is good. It's a wing 0 level. Like so, Gusion standard has 9.4, and Gusion Rebake Full City has a 9.3, which is come on, 100 defense. So for the 100 defense, feels like yeah, it's okay, I guess. Like let's see, and then the defense mobility. I think it's almost the same, right? Defense 8.0, mobility 8.9, and here is defense is 8.5, 8.9. Oh, so it actually has a better defense, so it's a more defensive capability. But when you see the abilities, of course, it has the Ahab reactor. I think this. So the passive are where you actually want to go all the way to full city instead of just stopping at the Gusion Rebake. He has a 50%. Again, this one the 10% attack increase. You know what happened with this got 10%? Accidentally get 10%. That gonna put it around like 10,300 something, which is great. The problem is I don't like the condition. I think I did say that the new Mark II is very very good, right? But the problem with this one is like, come on, man. I don't like the condition. Seriously, I don't like the condition. But if you manage to pull it off, that's great support when you pull this off. And the energy again, of course, gonna be great for support because they are power hungry, man. And finally, the nano alamite, 30% better than before. Do the last one have it? Oh yeah, he has only 10%. So there's a lot of upgrades actually, but you see the abilities, right? So yeah, abilities wise is very very good actually. Now we're gonna talk about the weapons. So snipe again, what the fuck? Seriously, I don't. We don't talk about it. Okay, next one is gonna be the Caesar variable veil armor, which is inflicts 5 to T, and it's a physical weapon increased by 25%. And finally, the sport ball cannon, which is far weaker, is in defense down. So it is a melee support actually, and this is a respectable amount of attack, man. Whoa, we need to compare that to someone. What's his tag again? What is his tag? Is it? It's one shot killer. I need to compare it to someone else. Gonna go with Mark 3, like full armor Mark 3. So full armor has a. This is 5.1, 60, and Gusion have a. I think it's 5.1, not 5.1. It has like 5.2, 80, and a critical, which is great. It's awesome. But if you realize there's actually one huge flaw with the unit, and that is the 25% debuff. So it is gonna put it around a more harder to use T booster. I mean, if wait, we need to go with IBO, like IBO. Okay, so here's the T booster, right? T booster has 9.8 right for the bat, mobility, and then he has only 25%. But the half quality here have a defense down and he has 2 range. Okay, the bayonet rifle has 4.5 and he has 25%. So it's about 25%, right? The thing when you compare this to Gusion Rebake Full City, where's him? Wait, hard to find. Wait. Here we go. If you compare it to the Full City has a weaker attack and same debuff. So, and a very conditional passive. If you can pull a passive, that's going to be a stronger T booster. But the passive is not something you would want to rely on, to be honest, with that kind of 50% below edge. I don't know how you're going to pull it off. Unless you have a pilot that can cut its HP. I don't know, PvP, maybe you can do something about it in PvP, but that's a little bit of a bit problematic to me. And yeah, basically is it's a clunkier. I could say it's a T booster with higher potential but clunkier, right? Because if you compare it again with who else here, it's gonna be Barbados Adapt. Barbados Adapt like 9-4, and Barbados Adapt has this sword throwing that 30%, which is nice. It's a melee and it's range. It's a melee doing at range, right? So yeah, that's that, right? Barbados Adapt is, if you compare it to this, it's less hassle, right? And then you compare it with Kimari's Vidar, which is have a much lower attack unless you go to getting to Feigl Max. I do think it's easier than keeping your HP at 50% unless you purposely want to take on damage. Even this one is actually still better. Like if you manage to pull this off, right, the 7%, 3% down, and this one is like 20%, but huge damage. So it's gonna have a bit weird problem here. If you compare it with the standard Gusion, right? Doesn't have attack increase, but it has a 30% physical weapons. So if you want to go with more full support build, it's better go with the Gusion itself. But if you want to go with something that can hit hard as well, you might actually go with the T booster instead. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, unless you can really reliably pull off the passive, and then the back full city gonna be better than the T booster. Okay. And then now we're gonna tag on the one shot killer. You can see there are some physical attacker here. I think Liu Pei is a physical attacker, like physical special. Yeah, physical special. Of course, it's physical special. And then this one also physical special. It's Sasabi physical or beam special? Oh, it's beam special. Never mind. It gonna help Sasabi. Maybe the range one can help, but the melee doesn't help with Sasabi. Wait, is the melee again the physical? Okay. No, wait. And you can see is who else? Barbados. Yeah, the Rex Lupus. It can really help the Rex Lupus walk around. But I'm not sure if you want just to, support attack. You might actually just want to go with the Adapt or maybe Restart Gusion. It's also gonna be, you can play with the H1 Razor, which is a very interesting unit. And yeah, not much actually, because most one-shot killers go with a beam usually. Is the new Barbados actually one-shot killer? The UR? Wait, what is the Super Hyperion is one-shot killer? Also base one-shot killer, Beta Zero. I don't know. Anyway, so in units, it has some limitation on what it can support, but it can support some of the heavy hitters here. So yeah, and then we're gonna go with the pilot. The pilot, I think Dara Nadira will always be the great pilot, the good pilot for this one. Again, because Dara has a very good melee stats, and also she's good with the IBO unit. What is Dara again? We do not have the UR support for the IBO unit, so they are gonna be your option, your only option, I guess. If we go with his designated pilot, which is Akihiro Atlan. No, what did I do? Wait, I'm sorry. Long press. Okay, here. So if we go with Akihiro, no, I haven't clicked. So if you go with Akihiro here, Akihiro has a melee stat as well, which however is only 6400, so not really that important. But Personally, I don't think you should go with any the SP100 or any of these pilots. Just save your SP100 first. So your best choice is gonna be there and a dealer. If you want to SP100 her, even if you don't SP100 there and a dealer, so you still have 700 stats, which is great. So now in this, my verdict is the thing is here, if I put the T booster at A plus, I should put this one on lower A plus. The reason is supposed to have similar performance, but the problem is the clunkiness gonna put it downward a bit. Personally, I don't put supports with only 25% debuff up here, because again, supports are meant to support, like but then again, I do feel the damage output they give is pretty significant, so I think I'm gonna put it on below this one, purely because it's 25% is more clunky than T-Booster. T-Booster right out the bat is going like that, and it's a balanced melee range. It was a very focused melee and only have 2 melee range, so yeah, I will put it here. I think below Vertigo, I think. Yeah, so wait. Meteor have an AoE, but never mind. This one have a deployment problem. Okay, we're gonna put it here, an A. Again, maybe not really fair compared to how high I put T-Booster, but the thing is, again, T-Booster has a right off the bat. It's only 400 difference, huh? I'm gonna put T-Booster a bit lower there. Yeah, so this one is my gift fair. So yeah, that's all for me today. Let me know what you think. Comment below about the Gusion and Full City Rebake. And don't forget to like, subscribe. See you again next time. Bye bye.